know who you wanna be.
I'm going to be filling up my desk with some wonderful books, but I need to decide what books I want on my bookshelf and which ones I can just stow away for a while. Because really we don't need unnecessary books clouding our bookshelf, okay? Let's get this straight. I'm just gonna put all of these on my desk so that I can easily grab them. Grab them! Welcome to my bookshelf. Please don't mind my hair. I know, I'm crazy. And I'm playing funny face if anybody wanted to know that. We're gonna start off with a few aesthetic books. Oh, I don't even know if they're gonna fit. Oh, I guess they can fit sideways. Okay, we're gonna do a little pile of aesthetic books, such as Sofia Coppola Archive. I ordered this online before the whole world got it, which I wasn't aware. Now I just feel like every other bee, but it's totally fine. I was gonna order the signed copy. That's how soon I ordered it, but it was $10 more and I didn't have that much money. Should have probably just got the signed copy. These are her photos from like her film sets from 1999 to 2023. I'm so inspired by her vision and her eye for art and the way she makes movies and the softness in which she tells women's stories and the tranquil uneasiness. I don't know, but her photography is really inspiring too. And the photographers she had, I mean, like, she has taste, she knows the right photographers. All these pictures are awesome, and I actually reference back to them sometimes when I'll be doing a photo shoot. I'll like go in there, which is not something I'm used to doing, but obviously a lot of people do. So I have a few other books that were actually my father's when he was younger. They're really cool. The all-new Universal Traveler, a soft system guide to creativity, problem solving, and the process of reaching goals. The covers are just absolutely inspiring. Do you see that? He just had some real gems in there. It's about design. Design is a process of making dreams come true. This is written by Don Koberg and Jim Bagnall. Just really cool, like just really creative. Like this is actually very, I don't know, I love physical media and this is really interesting. I actually haven't even like really delved into what is inside of this little magazine, but it's really awesome. So I have a bunch of stuff like that. This Life magazine, Mickey Mouse at 90. I'm super inspired by Disney animation, the creation, the world building of Disney. We know this. So this is a really cool book this is a really cool magazine with some really awesome pictures. We have this one, Architectural Record. He had a lot of architecture books. Architecture photos. Architectural presentation. When I was graduating high school, I wanted to go, or probably junior year, I was thinking of going into architecture school. I ultimately decided not to because I just didn't think I was passionate enough about it, because the graduation rate is like 30%, so you have to really want it, and I just didn't want it hard enough, so I had to respect that. This one is really handy, like as an artist. Perspective Drawing Handbook. And it's just so cool, because perspective is really important. It separates the boys from the men when you're an artist. So these really cool drawings, very comprehensive. I've actually read back into this and fundamentally it's a good book. So I don't know, I'm really grateful to have these books. I mean, I would have no way of having them if I didn't inherit them. Oh, this is a Time magazine. Great People of the 20th Century. Roosevelt. I have everyone from Roosevelt to Einstein, Jackie Robinson, to Mary Curie, Louis Armstrong. Louis Armstrong. What a photo. I'd be like Charlie Chaplin. There's some awesome people in there. I also have like that Wes Anderson book I have that I got many eons ago. And I have this Vogue. book, which is pretty cool. Oh, and I store a bunch of papers in it, which is cool. It has some great pictures, and every now and again I'll pull it out and kind of draw something from it. So, for my bookshelf, we have to decide what books we want on the bookshelf because we don't want irrelevant books that we're never going to touch. So here I have a few. Are you okay, Rocky? It's quite warm in here. Okay. Books I want. Okay. 5 People You Meet in Heaven. This is a lovely book. If anybody is ever feeling really existential or fears death, I'm not really somebody that fears death, but I don't know. This is about death, obviously, and it's a really beautiful book. I suppose it can go on the bookshelf. Next up we have my first favorite book I've ever had. I read this in 6th grade. I think it really informed the way I write and the way I speak. Reading a book from a young girl's perspective on events that are both tragic and intense. I don't know. I mean, I think I reread this like a couple years ago, and for the first time since reading it when I was in middle school, and I realized how much it informed my writing and just the voice I have, and I don't know if that makes any sense, but that was a really great book. This book, have I talked about my favorite books on here? I don't remember. This book is called The City of God by E.L. Doctorow, and I super randomly picked up this book in a cheap bookstore. I got it for $6, which it was totally worth it because I really liked it. I read the whole thing thinking one character was telling the story when it was another character telling the story, so I need to reread it because I obviously got confused and had to oh my gosh, I felt like I was reading it without a very pivotal key of information, and I still enjoyed it and got a lot from it, so I need to reread it, and it'll make a lot more sense, I'm sure, and it'll probably be a lot more impactful. It has one of my favorite poems, though. If not my favorite poem, I suppose. No, I think the Maya Angelou poem, I Rise, is my favorite poem. There's like these poems in between excerpts of the story. It's a very interesting book. There's these poems, there's a story. I can't even explain to you. Please read this book. I mean, there's this like scientific dissertations on the universe. It's weird. It's strange. It's like, what am I reading? But it's great. Next up, we have a poetry book, Pablo Neruda, and somebody recommended this to me, and I'm really grateful for that because I wanted to read more poetry. And this one's cool because it has the English version and the Spanish version, so I get to read in Spanish a little, which I don't get too often. So I need to read more of that. Okay, next up we have this lovely book that I got off Facebook Marketplace, and Walden and Other Writings, Henry David Thoreau. I'm not huge, I don't even know what this book is or is about, but it's beautiful. So it's going on the bookshelf. The Secret History, classic, great. Definitely want to pick this up fall, winter, read a few passages. It's a great book. I would love to direct a movie about this book, and it's so descriptive. Like, all you can do is play a movie in your head, and yeah, it's basically... Okay, so what I was saying before my camera died, actually before my storage got taken up, was that the screenplay is already there. The book is a freaking screenplay. It's already done. Okay, anyway. Did I say this already? Oh. Wuthering Heights! Again and again and again and again and again. How beautiful is this book? I just want to show you guys, like, this gold on this black, Miss Emily, this blue little string. It's so cute. This was a Facebook Marketplace find. Can I just tell you, like, that little baby blue with the red and her shadow back there? That's what's up. Like, that right there is what the heck is up. So pretty. That is most definitely going on my TBR for fall. The Short Story of Modern Art. This is a book I got in high school. It's one of those, like, coffee table books. which is, I mean, I'm sure it's the short story of modern art. It's great, but I'm not very attracted to books like this. I don't know. So that's not going on my thing. Jane Eyre. I love this book. Ooh! It was one of my best book reading experiences because, like, I specifically remember Halloween 2023. I took my sister to get candy at the houses. Some may call it trick-or-treating. And then I sat back down and I could still hear the rustle and tussle of the neighborhood kids walking about. My sister was watching, I think, like a movie. I think she wanted to watch Nightmare. I was drinking tea and cozy lights were on. I was in my living room. I was cuddled up. The windows were open so the breeze was coming through and I was reading this book. Sorry, I just got transported back then. That was a really nice day. But I did get a new edition of that book. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Oh, this is an edition it came in a package of a few books. So this is the Jane Eyre I got. This obviously seems, wow, Barnes & Noble Books. It's an old one. I imagine this is so dirty. What year is this from, I wonder? 93. This is a 93 edition. The one I have is 2007. I remember the smell of this book. I could smell it. You know when books just have like a smell? That's what added to the experience. There's like a smell, there's your surroundings, there's the book. I don't know what year this is from, but this is obviously a lot smaller. This one is 310 pages. This one is way bigger, so that's interesting. Maybe if I read it a second time, I'll probably read this one. I don't know if it's just the text difference or what it is. I don't know. Okay, that's gonna go on bookshelf. Maybe both of those. Because this one has like my highlights and stuff. Actually, I didn't highlight like a single thing in here. Interesting. Okay. Next one. This is basically just all my favorite books and my hair being weird. The Lover. By Marguerite Duras. It's about this French little girl, and that's all you're gonna get. I actually picked this out because of the cover, because it was so beautiful, of a cheap bookstore, and I'm glad I did because I must have gotten this for like $2. It's a short read. It's very palatable. I recommend this to people who are more of like movie watchers or something and they want to get into reading a little bit. This is a great one. It's honest, it's sad, and it's a bit depressing, but it's a good read and it's an easy read. And if that sounds like something you're into, pick this up. Okay, anyway, I didn't even know how popular of a book that was until like later. I just picked it up because it was so pretty. Next on the bookshelf is Just Kids. This has some great quotes just about being an artist. I remember like I started reading this and I read like the whole first chapter to my mom. I longed to enter the fraternity of the artist, the hunger, their manner of dress, their process and prayers. I'd bragged that I was going to be an artist's mistress one day. Nothing seemed more romantic to my young mind. I imagined myself as Frida to Diego, both muse and maker. I dreamed of meeting an artist to love and support and work with side by side. Every outing with him was a floating adventure, riding the high summer clouds. I liked to watch him interact with strangers. Those are just some random highlights I have. When I told him I sometimes had the impulse to put my foot through a window, he just said, "Kick it in, Patty Lee. I'll bail you out." With Sam I could be myself. He understood me more than anyone. How it felt to be trapped in one's skin. This is so good. I love Patti Smith. She was actually in freaking Kyoto like the day after I was, so that pissed me off. Freaking Patti Smith. I would have loved to meet her. This is about her coming to New York in the 70s with Robert Mapplethorpe. I forget how to pronounce his name. Yeah, I was right, Robert Mapplethorpe. Okay. Next book. Next book. Okay, I have the autobiography of... I cannot speak today. The autobiography of Benjamin Franklin. Yeah, I guess. Like, rock on. Maybe I don't really want it on my bookshelf. Don't need it. What else do I have? The Phantom of the Opera. Oh, I don't even think I finished this book. That was an accidental do not finish. I think it was getting really scary. It is pretty scary. I think I forgot, honestly. I didn't even know that I didn't finish it. That's awkward. Well, this is going on my shelf because I need to finish it. Ooh, this is a really good one. Battlefield of the Mind. If you struggle mentally with your mental health, this is a really good book. Some people are afraid to hope because they have been hurt so much in life. They've had so many disappointments they don't think they can face the pain of another one. Therefore, they refuse to hope so they won't be disappointed. The avoidance of hope is a type of protection against being hurt. Disappointment hurts. And this type of behavior sets up a negative lifestyle. For as he thinketh in his heart, so is he. Since my thoughts were all negative, so is my mouth. Therefore, so is my life. Negativism had to go. Yeah, that's a really good one if you need help. This is going up there because I need help. And then we have The Brothers K, which was a really lengthy and long read for me, but nevertheless, amazing. I can't wait to read this again. Can I wait? Actually, yes. But there are some chapters that are really good that you can very much read again and again and again. See? I love humanity, he said, but I wonder at myself. The more I love humanity in general, the less I love man in particular. In my dreams, he said, I have often come to making enthusiastic schemes for the service of humanity, and perhaps I might actually have faced crucifixion if it had been suddenly necessary. And yet I am incapable of living in the same room of any one for 2 days together, as I know by experience. As soon as anyone is near me, his personality disturbs my self-complacency and restricts my freedom. In 24 hours, I begin to hate the best of men. One because he's too long over his dinner, another because he has a cold and keeps on blowing his nose. I become hostile to people the moment they come close to me. But it has always happened that the more I detest men individually, the more ardent becomes my love for humanity. That's just the page I fell on, and I wrote next to it 100%. So we're not going to talk about that any further. Okay, oh, this book about writing picture books. I need to read it. I'm excited. I'm going to write my own picture book that was given to me. And Little Women. That's a good one. That's just a good one for the shelf. And this one is quite pretty. This is Charles Dickens' David Copperfield. I don't know much about this book actually, but it's gorgeous, so it's going on my shelf. Some other books. A Movable Feast by Ernest Hemingway. I could go without this book. That's just how I feel about it, I guess. I don't even have anything. I don't know. I didn't resonate with this. I'm like trying to think about why Ernest Hemingway. This is like the only Ernest Hemingway book I've read. That's just how I felt about it. I don't know. I'd much rather. I don't even know what I'm trying to say. So we'll go without that one. Hot Water Music, Charles Bukowski. I hear he's a poet. Am I correct? It seems so. I'm trying to get more into poetry. Hence the Pablo Neruda book. This is not a t-shirt, Bobby Hendricks. This was very interesting. I heard he's the director for Disneyland merch, which is pretty cool. A Polaroid of people I do not speak to anymore. Okay! That's it. That's pretty much it for me. Thanks for watching. That's my bookshelf. I hope this was interesting. I hope I didn't bore you. Then again, if I did, you're probably gone. So, yeah.
How's it feel?
It feels wonderful, but it's not me. You see how much we accomplished. outside.